Okay, yeah, so there was just silence at the beginning there. Sorry about that. I was just mentioning that about the previous Okusan arc, and actually that we'd had some technical issues on that day, and it had caused us to restart the stream, and when we did, I forgot to click the record button. So, do you have sound now, by the way? Just to make sure I'm not telling the story for nobody. Okay, cool. Yeah, so, forgot to press record right away. We do have the very, very beginning, like, couple of minutes, I think, of the arc, and then, I think it's just, like, when we start the game, and then it just drops off for a while. We do have the end. We have a good, like, 54 minutes after that part, but we don't have that arc in its entirety. So that sucks. And I was just saying also that it is a headache day again. That day was also a headache day. Today is a headache day. I'm better than I was this morning, but if you notice me clearing my throat a lot, it's because on those headache days I tend to get kind of like cold symptoms in terms of getting a little bit like congested in my throat. So I'm gonna try to do things as best I can. But no, pudding is there. The true pudding, we reach it in the video. That made it in. Yeah, so I'm sorry about any throat clearing. Or coughing. Anything like that. Sorry about that. Bear with me. Gonna do my very best for today and see how it goes. If my head starts bothering me again, I may have to stop, because sometimes that stuff can kick in suddenly and get intense out of nowhere. And also, if my throat might end up bothering me like fast, sometimes my throat will bother me by the end of the stream. Usually I'm okay, but sometimes with more of the hoarse voices like Nageki, Ryota, even like Oko-san, where I have to like get deep into my voice and like stuff like that, it can hurt. It's more Nageki and Ryota that are more difficult to do, I think. And normally I'm okay. Maybe my throat hurts a little bit by the end of the stream, but we'll see how we do today, because I have water. Yes, thank you. Because of that congestion and that throat clearing and coughing and such and such and such and such. Starting off today with some water. As always, I hope everybody has water too. And, let me just get Twitch up on my phone. I was getting it up and I think I got sidetracked when the audio was out. So, I could just make sure that I have the ability to answer back to you guys. Let's just see. No! Not good. You should get water. It's important. Itchy. Yeah, water is important. I'll start getting us some plantain chips. They do not keep you hydrated. That doesn't count. No! They sound delicious, but that's not the point. I don't think it's going to do the same thing that water would do for you. Just saying. Let me get us into... Paint what? No! No! Do not drink that. No, not Higurashi. We're not going to Higurashi. We're going to Hatoful Boyfriend. Oh, my headphones were somewhat unplugged. I'm glad I noticed that before there was any sound. Don't give me the cool cat emoji. You should get water. Randomly takes a look at the opening here, and I'm just like, what is this? Do you guys see that? Like, what is that? Is it an improper Photoshop there? Sakuya's wing? But... my brain is not... No, this little bit here? Is Sakuya's wing? That doesn't sound right. Oh, you know what I'm seeing, actually? I understand what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the background coming through over here, I think. I think there's, yeah, I think it's, yeah. You know, not really an important debate, but I was just curious. Yeah, I think it's at a part of the, like, that's the background that we're seeing in here. No, I think it's the background, and then this is the outline of the wingy. Potentially. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. Let's get in here. I think we're here. I think this is it. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Okay. I don't know why it reloaded the music, but okay. Angel saw Adora going... If I could read. Angel saw Adora going into the infirmary yesterday, and... then the door was locked. The doctor and Yuya must have seen her. What happened in there? They must both be lying. Yuya has been helping us all this time, and I don't want to suspect him. But he's clearly been hiding the truth. Could Yuya be covering for the doctor? We don't know for sure. The mongrel could be lying to cast doubt on Dr. Iwamine. It's not impossible, but from what we've seen so far, the most likely conclusion is that they're working together. Sakuya, you were the one who said we needed to remove our biases. We need to solve this. I am aware. I want to go confront them now, but with only Angel's testimony, our evidence is a little weak. They'll probably slip out of it again if we go now. They're both much more eloquent than I am, and they'll try to dodge the issue. Which means we need to search the infirmary. Do you intend to go in without asking? Yeah. The more stealthily we do it, the better, right? If the doctor finds out, he'll come up with some way of stopping us for sure. Understood. I will go to the lab and keep them occupied while you search the infirmary. Thank you, Sakuya. A moment, gentlemen. Mr. Leone! I have something for you. Sorry for being late. I was somewhat delayed. What are these? The first is the massive key. It should open just about any of the simple locks in the school, and it is as bright and massive as its owner. The other is a stun gun. If you need to protect yourself, use it. You will have more use for those than I, Kawara. Hold on to them. Right. Thank you, Mr. Leone. Maybe I should write in the notes before I go to the infirmary. It's so random now that you don't... Like, why even leave that in, to be honest? The hour of judgment has come! You cannot use the Dark Tree's power here! Return to the void, Wallenstein! Well, he seems excited. I wonder what the doctor is doing. Being slandered by Mr. Higure, as you can see. Please stop breaking school property, Mr. Higure. I have returned from Judica to defeat you! As long as you live, calamitous sorcerer, the world will be wrapped in eternal despair! When he says things with such conviction, I almost find myself believing them. Please, that isn't funny. Yes, yes. Come on, Higure. Let's go back to the gym, okay? No! Stop! Do not throw me out like some wretched doll! I suspect he has suffered from megalomania since birth. Megalomania? Whatever do you mean? Delusions of grandeur. Eschewing societal standards, he lives his life in the midst of some bizarre fantasy. Perhaps it is genetic. There would be no helping it then, would there? He is unusually active in the destruction of his surroundings, especially given his physique. Internal prejudice is a terrible thing, I suppose. He is no doubt exerting to the limits of his capacity at all times. The most dangerous part is his ability to bring his surroundings into his fantasy. Though, I seem to be less affected than you. Interesting, so it seems that Angel has some sort of ability to actually, like, make other people have delusions as well. Which seems to have been what we were seeing in Angel's arc with the RPG style battling and things. However, you know, Shu mentions that he seems to be less affected than than Nanaki. However, we saw in Angel's arc that he absolutely was affected. Dark Sorcerer Wallenstein. And since although I invited him to this school, I have yet to find a use for him, the whole thing has been nothing but a waste of time. Did you say something just now, Doctor? Nothing. Nothing at all. Oh, the doctor invited him, huh? Excuse me. Oh, hello, Shirogane. What's going on? Where did Kawara go? He is investigating another area at the moment. Only Dr. Iwamine and Anaki here now. Isn't Sakazaki here? I think he's walking around to calm his nerves again. He's very brave to be out and about with that scarecrow on the loose. Not brave, just imprudent. Stupid mongrel. Stop pretending to be migratory and get back here so I can distract you. I wanted to occupy both of them if possible, but at least they don't realize that we suspect them yet. Just the doctor should be enough. Dr. Iwamine, I came here to ask your opinion of something. My opinion? I fear I will not be of much use to you there. My body has never required me to visit the infirmary. I have not had much occasion to talk to the doctor since moving here, but I can read his expression perfectly well all the same. It says I'm not telling you anything. Where is Mr. Kawara? Did you have a falling out? He did seem to be suspecting me based on nothing but his own prejudice. A pity. I agree, sir. To doubt someone based merely on one's own preconceptions is... believe on me, sir. It is nonsense. I'm trying with the French, okay? That's right. I must be perfectly logical in all things. You are renowned as one of the most intelligent birds in the world, Doctor. I do not think that you could be involved in such a grisly crime as this. It is an honor to be so praised by the heir to the LaBelle family. Completely flat. Does he never speak with emotion? I hold a deep respect for you, Doctor. You might not be aware, but my father owes his life to your medicine. A few years ago, your work allowed the LaBelle family to continue to even greater glory. Is that so? I had not known. I'm afraid that I know little of the fates of the drugs that I develop. The life of but one bird may not be significant to you, but we of the LaBelle family will never forget. How wonderful. I take it your father is a figure of great respect? Of course. The family head must always be honored. It would seem that you hold your own biases even more dearly than Mr. Kawara holds his, almost like the foundation of your very existence. I would rather like to see the expression on your face when that foundation collapses. Not ominous, you know? Locked. Has it been locked ever since the alarm this morning? The doctor went straight to the lab to begin the autopsy, and I think he's been with somebody else ever since. Let's see. Maybe that massive thing Mr. Leone gave me will do the trick. Yes! This room has always been a little creepy, but it's even worse in this dim light. I need to look for evidence that a door was in here, quickly! But where do I start? The longer I spend poking around in corners, the bigger the risk that I'll get caught. I need to remember. I've been in here a lot, every time I got sick. Where would the doctor... See, I need to make sure that I'm not mixing Ryota and Nageki's voices. I think, actually, okay, I think that Ryota was something more like this, right? Yeah. Sorry. Where would the doctor hide something he didn't want anyone else to see? Didn't he even forbid his assistants from touching his desk? It would seem he keeps his drawers locked tight. You're up, massive thing. Inside are medical records? He's probably supposed to keep personal information locked up, though I never really thought of him as the respectful type. There are only 4 files. The names are Kawara Ryota, Snow Adora, Fujishiro Nageki, and Shirogane Sakuya. What? I'm not surprised to see a file on me in here, but Adora and Sakuya never had any reason to be in here. And Fujishiro Nageki. Looking closely, Nageki's folder says St. Pigeonation's Medical Center on the side, while the others don't. And the date is from 5 years ago. Did he take this from the medical center? Since it's here, he must know something about the fire back then. Are the other 3 records from physical exams? They're full of strange symbols and numbers, and I'm not sure what they mean. Huh? Sakuya's has a second piece of paper in it. It looks like some sort of memo or... A sudden blinding pain in the back of my head. I can't move. I fall unconscious. Huh. Someone knocked out Ryota. Where am I? I feel dizzy. That's right! I was looking for evidence in the infirmary. The medical records are gone. Somebody took them? I managed to get knocked out, even with the stun gun Mr. Leone gave me. Darn it! I don't know who attacked me, but those records must have been important to get stolen away like that. Ah, darn it! Why did I let myself get taken from behind like that? I had our records. Even with those, it would have been hard to prove anything. Whoever attacked me must have been the criminal. They probably wouldn't leave anything, but maybe they missed a clue in here somewhere? Huh? I hadn't noticed earlier, but there's a card under the desk, in a corner I wouldn't have seen if I weren't on the floor. This is... Adora's student ID. There's blood on the corner. So it wasn't dropped here by accident before she was killed. It must have happened in here. It looks like my doubts about the doctor are confirmed. But for some reason, I still feel unsure. I almost feel like this is too good to be true. Like I'm being led along. If the doctor were behind it all, surely he could avoid casting so much doubt on himself. Just what is he after anyway? But I'm not worried about who is doing what and why. I'm worried about finding the one who did this to Adora. I need to talk with Sakuya. So you think it would take a fair amount of time to cut up a human like that and distribute them into boxes, Doctor? Correct. Was it the wrong message? Or the wrong, like, chat box? Sorry, guys. Just gotta try to crack my back. No worries. If you're making Score Bunny stickers, just, like, let me know, because that's my favorite Pokemon right there. Correct. Even if she were cut up last night and distributed this morning, it would involve a good deal of physical labor. Sakuya? You again. Can we go to the maintenance room? We need to talk. Very well. Mr. Shirogane? Yes, Doctor. Just as an aside, it would be impossible for one such as myself. Even with the knowledge and tools of a physician, even so, I am not a particularly healthy person. Not a healthy person? The doctor is slightly impaired down his right side, you know. He is? I never knew. I was injured, long ago. My right wing never fully recovered, though it rarely poses problems in daily life. A human corpse is heavy. It seems like a bit much to go dragging around with one wing, don't you think? Yes, it's all true. It's even recorded in the faculty medical records. It is? I see. Thanks. I'll remember that. I tell Sakuya about what I found in the infirmary as we head to the maintenance office. Meaning, Fujishiro Nageki's records and the doctor have something to do with the medical center? I think so, yeah. I wonder about the other records, too. Why you, me, and Adora all together? Could that really be a coincidence? Did you go here often, there often after you moved here or anything? Not once. Nobility knows no illness. Yeah. I've never seen him sick, and he always seems pretty lively. I hadn't known about the doctor's injury. Kind of a bad thing to find out now. Bad. Because it is inconvenient to your theory. We must remain just. No harm can ever come from learning more of the truth. I guess so. Maybe it's because he's not very active, or because he never leaves the infirmary, but guess I've never really had a chance to notice his disability. If he couldn't have done it alone, it makes it seem more likely that he was working together with Yuya. Blasted mongrel. No good can ever come of his presence. He merely confuses the issue. Salutations. Were you gossiping about me? Yuya! What a pickle. I guess I'm the topic of choice among the boys as well as the girls now. Not that I mind. Okay, Yuya. Don't let it get to your head, mongrel. We weren't saying anything good about you. That's right, Yuya. From your point of view, we were subjecting From your point of view, we were subjecting you to vile slander and ill gossips. You're very frank, Ryota. Nothing wrong with that. What kind of slander? Perhaps you should say, lest my fragile heart shatter like a maiden's crystal glass dropped by an unkind lover. It should be obvious what we were talking about from our faces alone, but he's completely relaxed. I doubt his heart is made of glass, though. Used tires, maybe. Something that is completely impervious to abuse. Your unsolicited presence saves us the trouble of looking for you. We demand answers from you. You lied. You met Snow in the infirmary yesterday. Did you kill her? So you doubt me. I'd love to see your evidence. We found her ID, stained with blood, in the infirmary. You are duty-bound to answer. What did you see in the infirmary yesterday? And what did you do? Well, I can't tell you anything. Sorry. I can't say anything at all. Cease this foolishness! You know something, don't you? Do not attempt to dodge the... Uh-oh. Yeah. Oh. Run, you two! Such terrible timing. Nobody likes a man who can't read the atmosphere, Mr. Scarecrow. Is this the time for jokes? Run! Go! Ryota seems to have left us in the dust. Maybe we should hurry up a little. Well, it doesn't look like it's noticed us. I guess it's not too keen on chasing people. Your idle flirtations sicken me. Filthy mongrel! Shh! Do you want it to hear us? How about this? I'll go first and lure Mr. Beanpole Man towards the cafeteria. You head for the maintenance room while it's distracted, okay? You plan to act as a decoy. Don't think this will stop me from suspecting you. I wasn't asking you to. I've been your ally until now, so why stop now? Our ally? Anyway, run for it as soon as we're out of sight. Adieu! Sakuya, you're okay! I was worried that maybe you got caught. Indeed. Isn't Yuya with you? We never got him to answer anything. I do not know. He ran in the opposite direction. We don't have much time left. I think the only thing to do is to get him to talk to us and then confront the doctor. He's been helping us the whole time, but I don't know if we can still consider him our ally. Our ally. Indeed. You've always been separated, right? So you don't really know how he usually acts, or if he'd be likely to do something like this, or how could I know? He and I live in different worlds. As my father said, I couldn't know. I'm an only child, so I don't really understand siblings, but I think I know how you feel about him, Sakuya. Do not make me repeat myself. He and I have no connection. But I want to believe that he's not my enemy. Looks like Sakuya isn't entirely sure what to think. The prime suspects are the doctor who aided his family and his own half-brother. If I were given the same situation, I wouldn't be as calm as he is. We should write in the notes, and then go talk to the doctor. Let's go save. I'm actually gonna not do this one, because I saved over here. Oh, I saved over here previously, so that we can possibly get the other ending for the summer job route, that we didn't get last time. Sorry, by the way, if I'm looking over here, I'm looking at my phone where I have the chat displayed. So I'm trying not to do that because you're not gonna see me looking here. You're gonna see me like from looking here. But anyway, so I saved that so this way in the future we could go back if we wanted to and do the other ending of the summer job route. But no. I got it. I'm gonna do the next one after that, so this one. But I just realized that I also never saved over this one, which is also an old one, but that's okay. I'm not gonna do it now because I'll just confuse things if I save over out of order. It's fine. Okay. Go find out exactly what happened in the infirmary. We figured out a lot of things, but there's still a lot that remains a mystery. It's 6 p.m. We don't have much time. Can we solve this and get out alive in only 4 hours? Alright, let's go Sakuya. Huh? Sakuya? Your friend already left, young one. Why didn't you say so earlier? He's planning to confront the doctor alone! Father is of the pure bloodline, and so his life is of the utmost value. By extension, the doctor who saved his life must also be valuable. I must not disrespect him, because that is what Father told me. My brother, born of a low father, is a worthless being. Though he looks noble, his veins flow with filthy, impure blood. I must not associate with those of low birth, because that is what Father told me. But I am no longer sure. What is blood? Why does it divide us so? Oh, hello again, Shirogane. Where is the doctor? He said he was going back to the infirmary. Maybe he forgot something there. Thank you. You're going right after him? Don't you want any tea? Well, be careful. He looked rather troubled. I hope he's all right. Doctor! Mr. Shirogane. You look quite fatigued. Would you care to rest for a little while? You are wrong, are you not, sir? Whatever could you mean? I wish to learn the truth. What did you and Sakazaki do? Which of you decided to kill Snow? That's not something to say without proof, Mr. Shirogane. But then, we have but little time left. Perhaps I shall explain things to you. I did not kill Miss Snow. This is the truth. Of course. How could I let myself be swayed by idle rumors? The doctor could not possibly carry out such an atrocity. Mr. Sakazaki did not kill her either. Which raises the question, who did? Sakazaki admitted that he was involved in the crime. He cannot possibly be... I merely said that he did not kill her. I did not say he wasn't involved. Of course, the same applies to myself. The two of you did not kill her, but were involved? But then, who did kill her? Oh, dear me. This won't do. Talking to you makes me feel like I'm about to fall asleep. I suppose these are the limits of a mere mongrel. What did he just say? Doctor, Could you be quiet for a minute, Mr. Shirogane? You bore me. You filthy, low-born mongrel. What are you saying, sir? I am not like Saka... You did well. Thanks to you, Mr. Quara has found almost everything he needs. Just one more push, and he'll be done. Thank you, Mr. Shirogane. A glint of white steel. His left wing slowly traces an arc through the air. I'm dying. I'm dying. What did he say? Why was I left behind? I can't think. Sakazaki! Stop that, Issa. I told you not to touch my brother. Suddenly, Sakazaki Yuya blocks out the sun. Blood is spreading across the floor. I am unhurt? Who's... Your wing! Such beautiful brotherly love, Mr. Sakazaki. You were the real hero all along, of course. I only promised that I wouldn't tell other people. Not that I wouldn't tell him myself. And not that I wouldn't tell him himself. Or that I wouldn't kill him. And after all that work to steal the records from Mr. Kawara to... Yeah, you've always been like this. A coward and villain to the core. Oh, such flattery. What are you doing, Doctor? Why? Why are you doing this? I told you, remember? You bore me. Now that you have helped Mr. Kawara as much as you can, I have no more use for you. Why would I put up with your babbling now that I am done with you? I do not understand, sir. What did you and Sakazaki... This is exactly what I'm talking about. I have no responsibility to explain to you. Goodbye, Mr. Shirogane. No! Don't move, Sakuya! Sakuya! Oh, Mr. Kawara. We were just discussing you. Yuya standing over Sakuya, blood running down his body. The doctor standing next to them. There is no question about what's happened. Doctor! So it was you all along! Was it? I wonder about that. Pull yourself together, Sakazaki! Say something! Don't worry. He won't die just yet. I'm sure you'll enjoy a confession or two, so ask him all you want. Wait, Doctor! Aw, crap. The Scarecrow! There you are, Labor 9. I was waiting for you. Come, let us go. Labor 9? Is that the Scarecrow's name? So he was working under the doctor this whole time! Just a little more, Mr. Kawara. Do you think you'll remember soon? Stop running away! You killed Adora! I will never forgive you! I'm glad you're so lively. That's good. I shall be waiting for you deep beneath the surface. Chase me, Mr. Kawara. I reach out. I can't reach. The doctor and the Scarecrow are gone. Don't go chasing after the Beanpole Man on your own, Ryota. A good man keeps his cool, even in times like this. Don't speak! You're still bleeding! Don't worry. Who the hell do you think I am? I'll be fine. I know my limits better than anyone else. I won't die to a little scalpel. Getting whacked with a cleaver would have been bad, but there are plenty of bandages here. Sakuya, wait here. I'll go get Mr. Leone. Wait, Ryota. I have things to tell you. Can you wait long enough to hear my confession? Like the doctor said, there's no time to waste. So let me tell you everything I can. This might be our last chance. It's too late, Sakazaki. If you were involved, why didn't you tell us before? We had a deal. Of course, he broke it without a second thought. The doctor and I did not kill her. That is the truth. But then why did he... She died in this room after school yesterday. that is also the truth. That there was someone else? Yes. Right as always, Sakuya. And that third person killed Adora? Who was it? I'm sorry. I can't tell you that. I think you'll figure it out. I have to apologize to you. The doctor and I were the ones who cut her up. So you stuffed her into those boxes? It was the time. The doctor needed to be sure of when she'd be found. He decided morning would give the most time for most humans to gather. I suppose he probably thought putting her into the print boxes was funny, too. The most humans? Why would... Looks like I've stayed on the fence long enough to the very end. I didn't have the resolve to go either way. If only things had been a little different. I thought you said you'd be fine! Are you worried for me? I'm honored. Could you go outside for a bit, Ryota? We'll go to the maintenance office afterwards. Just for a little. I want to talk to Sakuya alone. You have a new father now, Yuya. He has a beautiful mansion and you'll be moving there tomorrow. But your new father says he doesn't want your brother. He says he can only feed you if you leave the egg behind. Mother is sad. He is her son too. He's her son too. I will go. I will throw my brother away, Mother. Give me the egg. The new father killed my father. I know he did. He killed him so he could take my mother from him. I waited until she laid a new egg. Until she laid an egg with the new father's child inside. I hid him away in the mansion. And I switched them. So he will raise my brother as his own son. The new father hates me. But he will love my brother. He will give him nice food and nice clothes and a nice bed. My brother will not know. No one will know but me. I hate the new father. I took the new egg and I smashed it. I've always thought that maybe I should have told you. The doctor did not lie. You're the same as me, Sakuya. We were never half-brothers. You are my real brother. Impossible! I am the heir of the LaBelle family. Father told me so. Everyone told me so. I was raised for no other purpose. I never told anyone that I'd switched the eggs. If Father found out now, he'd throw you away. I did it for you. No. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I just did it to spite that man. I killed the child he had with Mother. That was the cross I had to bear. It was never your problem. I was happy just to see you living in luxury. You... Under what authority? None. You're right. I only ever listen to myself. But the doctor noticed. He must have realized. I guess I was doing what he said all along. Since I took your lineage. The fact that I killed the LaBelle, the other father's child, will never leave me. I've never been able to forget. If you're blamed for that child's death, you have to press on. You can't let it stop you. I always worried about whether I should tell you or not. And now it's too late. So... Fool! To deny me my lineage now? I'm sorry, Sakuya. I should have told you long ago. I was never as sure of myself as you. If I am not of the Labelle line, what am I? I knew you'd ask that. Straightforward as always. Leave this place, Sakuya. And think about it long and hard. You have a lot more to worry about than just who your family is, after all. No. Wait, Sakazaki! Stay with me! There is still much for you to tell me! It's been a long while since we talked this much. I talk to you every day. When you were still an egg. Pull yourself together, Yuya! You can't leave like this! You said a little scalpel couldn't kill you! You should apologize about that, too. Remember the headmaster? That was nerve toxin. You mean that scalpel had... Go on, Sakuya. Leave your liar brother and go. The doctor must have a way out of here. You are... yourself. Never let anyone tie you down. Later. Buddy. Yuya! Yuya! Sixth class. It's 6 p.m. I haven't had much of a sense of time passing since the dome appeared, but it's already evening. The atmosphere in the maintenance office is tense. The doctor said he'd be waiting deep beneath the surface. Does this building have a basement? Certainly not that appears on official plans. But maybe. Under the medical center? But that one's blocked off with concrete. Let me get a tissue before I continue, actually. Hold on. It does not seem to me that the medical center is an entirely independent building. There may well be a path from this building into the basement there. Is there anywhere you might have missed something? Missed something? Or forgotten something? Somewhere I forgot to look? Oh. That's right! The encyclopedia from the library and the medical center. And the chronology and the medical records. I'd like to talk to Nageki again. You've thought of something? Yeah. I need to go check. Sakuya... He hasn't spoken since what happened in the infirmary. I can't blame him. I know how he feels. Better leave him alone. I know. I'm worried about it too. You're fading again. Where are you? Nageki! There you are! What is it? I found out a lot about the school. And about you. I see. I suppose you know who I am then? Sort of, but There are things I need to ask you. And that's why I'm here. The fire 5 years ago and the dome today. How are they related? Nageki must know something about the secrets this school holds. You aren't really here anymore, are you? That might be so. Or it might not. I saw in the school records. It says you died 5 years ago. In an accident in the medical center. I had become aware of that. I stopped my own clock here. That's why I can never leave. You stopped your... In other words, at the very least, I took my life through my own will. I am almost sure of that. So you didn't die in the accident? He hangs his head in silence. Looks like he can't remember everything from before he died. I need a clue. There must be a basement under the medical center, and I need to get in there. Oh, that's right. The encyclopedia. The encyclopedia? You used to go to the medical center, right? Did you switch one of the encyclopedias from there with one here? Why would... That's what I want to know. I guess I should just tell him. Look, you know how the encyclopedias here are out of order? There are 2 copies of Volume 9 and no Volume 6. The medical center has the same encyclopedias? Yeah, there are 2 copies of 6 there and no 9. How disorderly. Yeah. Anyway, one of the copies of Volume 6 there has a library sticker on it. Someone must have taken it from here. Switch the encyclopedias. Mr. Kawara, try reading this copy of Volume 9. Looking's worth 1,000 spoken words, I guess. Huh? This isn't right. It looks just like another book when it's closed, but it's a box? It's full of files. Some sort of documents? They're all from 5 years ago. These must have been... What does it say? That one. Let's see. Operation Hatoful. This is talking about using carrier individuals as biological weapons to fight humans? It has the same title as the file in the headmaster's office. But I'd never expected anything like this. Meaning, this school has been being used for biological weapons development for at least 5 years. 2180. New strains of Sumatera influenza isolated. 2183. A new strain has been isolated from Fujishiro Nageki. It is lethal to humans and has been named Charon virus. It has entered research at St. Pigeonation's Medical Center. Charon virus. Humans I met would always get very sick. Are you remembering something? Yes. I think so. I think I was the one who brought that book here. The birds with me in the medical center often did secret things in the reference room. I wanted to tell someone important what was happening. The center... What was it? My family... It must have been my family. That's right. I burned. I had to disappear. Why didn't I notice? Did I need your help to see? He paces nervously in circles, rambling to himself. If you've realized something, it would help me to know what it is. I've remembered. Remembered what happened 5 years ago. I can't remember my parents' faces. I lived in an orphanage with other birds my age since before I could remember. I never thought much of it at the time, but apparently everybody there was a war orphan. But I did not resent the humans who had started the war. I did not care. I thought that living with other chicks and no parents was as natural as could be. One day, the endless routine was broken, and some humans broke into the orphanage. They had guns and kept shouting, "Free humanity! Free humanity!" I think that's what they said. They barricaded themselves in our house and killed us one at a time. I was helpless. I could only hide in the corner and weep as my family was killed before my eyes. I don't know how much time had gone by since then they came. When I looked around the silent room, they were all collapsed on the floor. Birds had come to save us. They had come and killed the evil humans. That is what I thought. But you have been granted a great power. You are one of the chosen few. I left the orphanage with my one remaining sibling, and we lived in an apartment. But I was weak and couldn't go to school or get a job. I was nothing but a burden. And then I received the invitation. We wish to welcome you with special treatment. How would you like to study at the world's foremost avian school? We will provide anything you need. Anything at all. There is a hospital on the school grounds. We will provide a room for you to live there. You shall receive all the care you require. I was living with my brother. I did not want to leave him. But if I continued to live with him, I would only hold him down. He was happy to hear that I would have a chance to improve my physical condition. And so I enrolled at St. Pidgeonations. I was still weak, and so I often stayed in my room. I had no friends, but I was not unhappy. The nurses and the faculty were all very kind to me. And then, early in my first summer vacation, the doctor made a proposal to me. This vacation is the perfect opportunity. Would you like to undergo intensive treatment? You will have to stay inside your room for some time, but by the end of the summer you should be as healthy as any other bird in the school. And so began a long summer in the underground facility. First a routine of daily examinations and numerous medications. And then the experiments began. The experiments to kill humans. A human would be brought to me. They would struggle and gasp, and then, with a last painful sigh, they would stop moving. I knew why I was brought here. Living in my body was a virus deadly to humans in a matter of minutes. My parents, whose faces I never knew, were killed by humans. Everyone else in the orphanage was killed by humans. And in return, I killed another human with each experiment. Simply by standing in the same room as me, by breathing the same air as me, they would collapse. I couldn't stand it. I had no reason not to hate them, but watching them die in front of me shaved away at my heart little by little. And so I decided to end it all. I had only one wish. I wanted to disappear from this world without a trace. The Charon virus. The deadly guest that made its home in my body. That is what they called it. No doubts they were searching for a way to destroy humanity with that virus. That was Operation Hatoful? Yes. That's why I burned it all 5 years ago. There should have been nothing left, but I am not here. But maybe, just maybe, There's still something left. Somewhere. And I can feel him close by. Mr. Quara, are you going to the basement? I don't have a choice. To find a way out of here alive and to find out why they killed Adora. I need to ask the doctor. I see. That encyclopedia. What else is inside? Oh. A piece of paper folded up along with the files. This is a map of the medical center? When I was there, I went in through the medical center, but it must be connected to the main buildings somewhere near here. That looks like the gym, so those stairs are... I believe it is in the chemistry preparation room. The researchers often went in there. The doctor is beneath the preparation room. Thank you, Nageki. I have to go. Yes. I think you will be seeing me again. And Miss Snow as well. Woo! Heavy stuff. One after the other. A staircase in the preparation room? I've never noticed one. I wonder where it could be. If the Scarecrow went down there with the doctor, it would need to be a pretty big opening. We'll have to go and look. 7 p.m. already. We only have 3 hours until we're overrun with bloodthirsty humans. We don't know for sure if there's an escape route in the basement, but it's our best bet. Maybe we should get everybody from the gym to come with us as soon as we find the stairs. Leave that to me. Mr. Leone! I'll take care of the other students. Don't worry, I'm not a massive agent for nothing. Well then, thank you, Mr. Rone. Aren't you going with him, sir? I'm going to come with you, Quara. You never know what could happen. Thank you, sir. You're welcome. I am your homeroom teacher, after all. You've done such a good job so far, and I want to be there to help you if things get dangerous. What about you, Sakuya? You two go ahead. I'll catch up with you. Right. Okay. We're going to get out of here together, okay? Too much has happened today, both for Sakuya and me. I don't know what's going on in his mind, and he doesn't seem interested in telling me, but if he wants to be alone, that's for the best. I guess it's the two of us then, Mr. Nanaki. If something bad happens, one of us can come back to warn you and the others, Mr. Leone. Understood. Commence Operation Breakout it is, then. Not so fast! Okay, Angel. Angel? What does he want now? You don't have time for messing around. Textoris Melodia Funis! You travel now to the Abyss of Despair, do you not? The Abyss of Despair? I sense demon spores far greater in power than even those released by the Tree of Blight. I cannot allow you to face the Dark Sorcerer Wallenstein alone. This Wallenstein guy is the doctor, right? Okay, we're coming for you, Wallenstein! Wait, Angel, we need to be careful, wait! He certainly is lively. Let's go! Let me just, save right here, too. Ba-ba-da-bum-bum. I think this is the first time I've been in here. It's kind of bland. Yes. Not a very friendly room, but not distasteful either. This place is flooded with demon spores. Any good bird would normally avoid it. Yeah, somehow, it's very smart that they have Angel come along, like, just writing-wise, because I feel like he lightens things a bit. Also, even though it's completely ridiculous to feel this way, it feels safer with Angel. I guess it feels like he'll just fight the thing. If there's a problem, he'll just fight it. Can you think of anything, sir? Like a hidden door, or... I don't come here very often, so... Do you feel a draft? A draft? There are no windows in here. It must be coming in from the basement. Ah! Be silent, my crimson breast! We must hold it back, or the eulogy of doom will... Gate of Erebus! Guide me to the abyss! Wait, calm down, Angel, you can't... Oh, there it is. So it's behind the mirror all along? He's a lot more clever than he acts, isn't he? Even if he does spout nonsense whenever he opens his beak. Let us proceed, Textorus Melonia Funis. The Master of the Abyss awaits us below. A long, dark staircase winds downwards behind the mirror. How far does it go? The basement itself should be pretty big. This is sort of like the entrance into a subway tunnel. Let's go. Very impressive. This is a lot fancier than I expected. I never knew this huge place was underneath the school. This facility has been used for research to kill humans since the school was founded. Adora... No, none of us ever knew. We lived our carefree lives with all this going on beneath our feet. I don't see any, Birdie. I wonder if it's closed now? Yeah, it's clean and orderly, but I don't get the feeling that it's still in use. There was a fire somewhere down here 5 years ago, and since then the whole facility's been shut up. I suppose they froze whatever project they were working on. Hey, Angel. Which way do you think we should go to find the doctor? That would be... Ah! My crimson breast murmurs! The Midnight Hunter approaches! Uh-oh. Yeah, here. Huh? Couldn't you have said so earlier? Oh dear. If we don't get past him, we can't go on. We cannot reach Wallenstein without first defeating his dark servant. This trial cannot be avoided. But all we've ever managed to do is run away from this thing. How can we... We can't get anywhere just by running away. Do we have any sort of weapon? A weapon? I do have the stun gun Mr. Leon lent me. Will it even work on a scarecrow? Maybe not at normal output, but it looks like a living creature, so I doubt it would be completely unaffected. The Midnight Hunter is a hound bred from the Black Void. We must purify it with holy water! Oh, yes, that's a good idea. What? What did he even say? There's a fire hose on the wall there. If we time it right. Mr. Nanaki wobbles towards the wall and pulls out the hose. Of course! Ready? He points the hose at the scarecrow and opens the valve. Angel, sir, get back! I set the stun gun to maximum and hurl it at the scarecrow. Here. It collapses with an unpleasant noise. Its electrified metal arm twitches for a moment, but then it is still. We did it! Electricity is a powerful thing indeed. The thunderous voice of doom. Judgment has come! He... Goodbye, Mr. Scarecrow. Onwards! Disgraceful. What am I doing here? A labelle is not allowed hesitation. No. I have not even the right to claim that restriction anymore. Yuya. Foolish. No, not ish at all. I am a fool. I have been pampered my entire life, while in my shadow he crawled along under the weight of a crime of which only he knew. I have been nothing but vain and selfish. What should I do, Yuya? It is Sakuya! Sakuya's here! Leave. No one wanted you to come here. Everyone is leaving! It is a grand daring escape! Sakuya will find Ryota with Oko-san! Away we go! Shut up. Don't talk to me. Sakuya weeps? No. I do not. It's raining. Sakuya in pain? That is bad! We must do something about it. Oko-san used Healing Touch! Confound you! Must I repeat? Oko-san knows! Oko-san heard that Yuya has gone somewhere far, far away! We will never see him again! So they told you. Do not worry. If we cannot meet him, we only need to chase after him. Do you have any idea what you're saying? Death is not a good place to chase someone to. No doubt the older breeds have no concept of death. Chase Yuya into the grave? What kind of fool would... Oko-san knows! The earth is a ball, so if we run far enough, we will find him. What foolishness. Speaking with mongrels makes my head hurt. Except I'm a mongrel too. Poor mongrels who do not notice even their own error, that is. Oko-san is not a mongrel! Sakuya and Yuya and Oko-san all have their own wonderful names. Names more important than any breed. Is that your argument? That isn't even... You are yourself. Never let anyone tie you down. I am... myself? It is time to go! Oko-san and friend are late! Kick reason to the curb! Time to blast out of this prison and find Yuya! Hoko is always brimming with useless energy as he was. Am I the same, perhaps? We will never see him again, no matter how far we run. But if he were here now, what would he do? What would he want me to do? At any rate, moping around here won't get us anywhere. 2 more hours. I will chase after him. I will never find him. But I will find myself. Let us go, Oko. There is nothing more for us here. Sakuya is the best when he acts cool. After Ryota, full speed ahead! Yeah, Oko-san's a great motivator. It was nice to hear his, like, upbeat music, you know? It really helps with lightening the mood. The demon spores are thick in the air. I smell the stench of the sorcerer. I feel a little nervous relying on Angel's bizarre intuition alone, but it's worked so far, and we're in a hurry. Is he actually following by the doctor by scent? Or was that just an Angelism? There's some very advanced equipment in here. And these documents look fairly new. Maybe this place is still in use? There's a register of names left open on the desk. Maybe it's a student register? Look, your name's here too, Angel. The Dark Grimoire. I feel the tendrils of imminent tragedy. They have notes on some of the students too. Under Higure, he acts as a neurotransmitter when excited. He seems to produce intoxicating or hallucinogenic pheromones. Physical exertion acts as a stimulant. The pheromone causes others to temporarily lose control of themselves, but its usefulness is limited. Not currently applicable to combat. I shall not allow the sorcerer to make me his pawn. I am the Crimson Angel of Judica, destined to wander this earth alone. I'm not sure what he's talking about, but he sounds and looks unexpectedly heroic. It looks like all the students who were invited here have some sort of physical idiosyncrasy. How did you enroll, Kuwara? How? I was invited, too. I don't know why. Yours is just a bunch of numbers. I wonder if it's the explanation for something like Higure's? No! The black miasma of inevitable doom draws near! We are approaching the gate of the abyss. I feel its foul wind. Let's go. The doctor is waiting for us. Could you wait a minute, Kuwara? Well, what is it, sir? We're almost done. We need to... I want to ask you something first, Kuwara. You lied, did you not? Huh? Lied? Me? I don't know why you would lie about that. Or maybe you forgot? Even though it was just yesterday. Yesterday? After school? Like I said to Sakuya, I don't know anything about it. We have to ask the doctor. I see. Let's go, then. Mr. Nanaki follows Angel down towards the innermost room. I've been trying to find the truth about Adora's death since this morning. Why would I lie? Maybe Mr. Nanaki misunderstood something? But that sounds too simple. In contrast to the rooms above, this area is dark and filthy. This must be where the fire was 5 years ago. I feel like I can smell the soot just by looking at the walls here. Nageki threw himself into the sea of fire here to end the experiments. I wonder what I would have done in his place. Would I have ended it all like him, or... You're late, Mr. Kuwara. I have grown tired of waiting. The Dark Sorcerer Wallenstein! Doctor. It wasn't just Adora. You killed the headmaster as well. If it weren't for you, the boy who went outside wouldn't have been... Why are you doing this? Must I repeat myself? I told you before, I merely disassembled Miss Snow after the fact. I did not kill her. Do you think I care? It would appear that you need some assistance. I told you before, but you should already have everything you need to answer your question. Who killed Snow Adora? Do not listen to the Dark Sorcerer's words, Tixtoris Melodia Funis. He will lay a spell on you! Perhaps the peanut gallery could keep its thoughts to itself. An iron grill drops up behind me, like an evil wizard's portcullis. I'm cut off! Oh dear. We appear to be shut in. No. The dark spell! What are you doing? Nothing at all. I simply have no business with them. I was waiting for you, Mr. Quara. Now let us return to our conversation. Our conversation about the truth you seek. You have done unbelievably cruel things, Doctor. You were involved in the medical center here, too. Nothing you can say to me will change my mind. How pugnacious of you. But you are lacking in logic. What I may or may not have done has little to do with the truth of my words. I was employed at this facility from the beginning. No doubt you have already deduced that I was working on Operation Hatoful. Operation Hatoful. The plan to wipe out humanity with the Charon virus. Precisely. Oh, it does make me so happy when students read ahead and come prepared for the lecture. You are exemplary. The strain we isolated from the original host was extremely powerful. Quite possibly the deadliest in human history. However, strains of such lethality tend to be fragile themselves. Charon virus was no exception. It cannot last very long outside of a host's body. In order to deliver to the enemy, we would have had to send live carriers into their society and allowed it to spread via airborne infection. This proved troublesome. Charon virus, in addition to being harmless to birds, is ill-equipped to establish itself in our bodies. Fujishiro Nageki, the original host, had a rare genetic condition which resulted in a slightly compromised immune system. In his body alone was Charon able to safely reside. Alas, he refused to cooperate. You forced him to kill human prisoners. If it weren't for your experiments, he never would have killed himself. Indeed, it had not occurred to us that the tests of the strain's effects would harm his mental health. We expected that he would be glad of the chance to avenge himself on humanity, but sadly it was not so, and we lost our sample. The project was put on indefinite hold with his death. But thankfully, we did not lose his corpse in its entirety. I preserved his remains, and have kept them to this day. I have been waiting for a new carrier to arrive. It sounds like this is a very labor-intensive project. Wasn't there a better way? Quite right. I digress a little, but there was a reason for our methods. It did not take me long to come up with a better plan. We need only compromise the subject's immune system, creating a compatibility like Fujishiro Nageki's. Compromise the immune system? They'd die! Indeed, even if the subject were able to become a carrier for the Charon virus, if they died to some other infection, it would all be for naught. Which is why I was very careful with who I chose. I worked on the subject over time, slowly weakening his immune system. I suppose I should count myself lucky that I achieved my goal in only a year. You are an exemplary student, Mr. Quara. I give you full marks. Full marks? My head hurts. Almost as if some strange creature is wriggling about deep inside my brain.
Are you okay, Ryota? Mr. Nanaki said you were coming here, so I wanted to make sure you were alright.
Adora came to the infirmary to see me? You have come this far. I'm sure you can answer this. What was it that you forgot? Everything is hazy. I think my stomach is acting up again. I drink the medicine Dr. Iwamine gives me and lie down, but my body still feels heavy. I'm tired.
Are you okay, Ryota?
Yeah, I'm fine now.
Mr. Nanaki said you were coming here, so I wanted to make sure you were alright.
Adora is reaching towards me.
Wanna go home? I'll walk you.
Her hand stops. Adora falls to her knees, clutching her chest.
Ryota, I can't breathe.
Oh, she can't breathe. This is bad. My mother said to get home early. Everything feels strange, almost like it's a dream. I need to go home. Goodbye, Adora. See you tomorrow. Did that sound familiar? She fell down before my eyes. And then the experiment was a resounding success. Miss Snow displayed the archetypal symptoms of a human infected with Charon virus and passed away. Once the virus is inside a human body, it shuts down the respiratory system in a matter of minutes. Technically speaking, it causes an overreaction of the immune system, which leads to widespread apoptosis in the lungs, but more simply, any human who comes in contact with you will die. You see. You're lying! Adora and I were together since we were children! Of course, I only administered the live virus to you yesterday. All the things I've done to you over the past year have been in preparation for it. Do you recognize this? The Scarecrow's head? Yes. Alas, the body is useless now, but I shall tell you about Labor 9, the being you call the Scarecrow. It is one of the labor model new humans developed by Dove Party researchers, but denounced as unethical. We birds have advanced quickly, but our physical capabilities are still far behind those of the human race. These new creatures were livestock, if you will, to compensate for that. The Labor series was a great step towards the beautiful ideal of coexistence with humans. With a human's head mounted inside an artificial body, they were durable and capable of difficult tasks. Of course, they never entered development, the project having been shut down early due to ethical complaints. However, I carried on the Dove Party researchers' will and created this prototype to be my sidekick. We didn't want too many other people snooping around and disrupting your investigation, so I had it patrol the building. And now, the next question. What is inside this bag? A human's head? No. Close, but you have to be more specific. I believe we had Miss Snow's head sent to your classroom, but did you notice anything missing? Missing? When I found her in the box, I was too shocked to be looking for clues. I may well have missed something. Wait. He doesn't mean Adora's brain? Correct! You do catch on quickly. Miss Snow did come to meet you quite frequently. Of course, having been placed in Labor 9, she has lost much of her personality. Then she's alive? But her body is gone. All that's left is her brain. Can we still call that alive? Alive or not alive? I don't know anymore. Can you save her? That is a difficult question. We tend to think of there being a definite border between life and death, but really it's quite vague. Her personality still remained in this world up until a few minutes ago. But you gave poor Labor 9 quite a shock, shall we say. Alas, Miss Snow's brain is now, no doubt, irreversibly damaged. The wonders of modern medicine can do nothing for her now but sigh and shake their heads. Yesterday her body, and today her mind. You are a far more twisted villain than I could ever hope to be, Mr. Kawara. I killed Adora. It was my fault all along. Why did it have to happen this way? This was all arranged for you. I had Labor 9, Mr. Sakazaki, and the headmaster help you along in your investigation. You are but one step from the end now. You must remember one more thing. What was it that you and Miss Snow told me long ago? Come, follow me. He holds out his wing. What lies beyond here? Adora is gone. The one who killed her was here from the beginning. I have nothing more to lose. You are obedient, Mr. Kawara. Wait, Textoris Melodia Funis! The demon spores are the thickest that way! You will not be able to return! That's right, the doctor is probably going to do something unspeakably horrible to you, Kawara. Come back! Thank you for bringing Mr. Kawara this far, you two. And now, goodbye. Oh dear. This looks bad. Do you suppose it's poison gas? This presence. Mystic Phantom, the avatar of miasma. You do take everything in stride, don't you, Higure? Yeah, no big deal. Two humans lie in a twisted pile. They are Adora's parents. She said they work as mediators between birds and humans. They were trying to say something to the humans barricaded on the other side of the wall, but they received only bullets as a reply. The death of her parents became a signal. The birds surrounding the little house crossed the wall as one. I can hear gunfire from inside. I can hear humans and birds screaming. We could do nothing but stand outside and watch. And then, a stranger came and spoke to us. Is there anything you desire? I will grant any wish for you. So tell me. I answered. I don't want these things to happen anymore. My wish is for a world where humans and birds no longer fight. Even if I die, I want there to be peace. And Adora continued.
I agree. I would do anything to make Ryota's wish come true.
The stranger nodded. It might not be possible right now, but one day, I will make it happen. When we were children. That's right. That was you. That was the other thing you had forgotten. You have remembered, I see. 8 years ago, a number of humans barricaded themselves in a building not far from where we lived. Adora's parents were shot by the other humans, and many birds and humans were killed in the ensuing gunfight. And I met the doctor. I asked for a world in which humans and birds no longer fight. You and Miss Snow both said you would be glad to die to bring it about. And so I am carrying out your wish just as you had stated it. Even symbiotic relationships are not free from strife. In order to end the wars between humans and birds forever, one race would have to be completely destroyed. You see? Why did you choose me back then? Choose you? Why did I ask you what your wish was, you mean? I assure you it was not a coincidence. I'm not so bored as to wander around granting wishes willy-nilly. I, too, had made a promise to grant your wish. The preliminary test yesterday was a resounding success. We need only transfer the original lysosomes from Fujishiro Nageki to you, and everything will be in place. Yeah. I have granted your wish. Though I did make you jump through a few hoops so you would remember your wish and understand my intentions. It would be the least you could do to at least acknowledge all I have done for you. Take some water. I don't care about anything now. Adora is gone. My wish has destroyed everything. Nothing good has ever happened. If this is what my life is to be like, I wish I had never been born. I don't want to see anything anymore. Do not be anxious. You have no will to resist, so soon you will forget it all. Good night, Mr. Kuwara. Ah! My crimson breast senses... my crimson breast senses... Talking will just make it worse, Higure. It seems to be leaking in quite slowly. I'm glad we have a little more time, but it is getting hard to breathe. Wallenstein, you coward! Come out and fight! Hold on just a little longer. We'll get you out of there. I will try to open the cage, Oko. You see to the gas. Oko-san shall not fail! Ah, much better. No one can say you slack off as student president, Shirogane. Yeah, The Crimson Breast shall not forget this. Are you two alone? Where did Kuwara go? Were you separated? Did Ryota wander off and get lost? No, he didn't. He got carried off by the doctor. Carried off? Oh no! No doubt the doctor is making him drink nasty protein supplements as we speak! If we do not act soon, the funeral song shall herald the coming of the darkness. Why can you never speak in plain Japanese, miserable poltroon? He's saying that the doctor is planning to turn Kuwara into a biological weapon. What? We can explain while we walk, assuming I don't run out of breath. Very well, let us proceed. Kuwara! Are you alive? Let me save here, just because we're getting quite far. Oh, that's funny. This is, like, apparently where I was back in... Okay, that's a Ryota quote, but yeah. I was looking to see where I was back in 2018 when I played this. Much different world at that time. So crazy to think back. Oh, creepy looking Ryota. Hoko-san has a bad feeling about this. Ryota is not normal. Miserable medical man. What have you done to him? Why, if it isn't the son of the noble LaBelle family. What is one of your prestige doing here? Your pathetic jabs mean nothing to me. What have you done to Kuwara? I have granted his wish. That is all. It is almost 10. The human forces are gathered above. Mr. Kuwara must now return to the surface and begin the end of the human race. Kuwara would wish for no such thing. He would never harm a human. Right, Kuwara? It seems he is hesitant to agree with you. He has been swallowed by the demon spores. Our voices will not reach him. It is time for us to go. He has but little time left in this world, and cannot afford to waste any of it. He has but little time? What does that mean? His duty is now is to fly about the world, spreading the seeds throughout all of humanity. The seeds throughout all of humanity. It will be a feat impossible for any normal rock dove. Of course, he will be shot at as well. If he were to fall from his wounds, he would die before completing his task. Do not fear! Oko-san will stop Ryota here and now! Well, there he goes. Mr. Kawara has traded his free will for normally impossible physical tenacity. He's been brainwashed? We have to stop him and bring him back to his senses before he reaches the surface. But Oko is stronger than any of us, and he was sent flying just like that. How can we keep him here? Kawara is very strong, but lacks control right now, right? Maybe we should ask Kagure. Well, him? He's nuts! Black Bean Donna! There he goes again, spouting nonsense! Wait! Kawara, stop! Ah! Oh dear, there goes Shirogane. The demon Red Eye speaks! Seal the disaster with the power of the Chosen One! He's reacting. How was that frail Luzon able to affect him? What is he doing? Hypnotizing him. According to the documents back there, Higure has the ability to pull others into his own fantasies and break down their mental restraints. I was talking to the doctor about it earlier, too. I think it's real. Mental restraints? Like, how a desperate man can be stronger than usual. The demon Red Eye heralds the awakening! By the power of the blood-stained hand, I seal the funeral song! Oko-san attack! Oko-san cannot possibly lose in a fight with Ryota! There we go, perfect! We're supposed to convince Ryota to stop while ourselves being drawn into some bizarre fantasy? This is madness! Don't think about the consequences, Shirogane, just go along with it. It's the best thing you can do right now, honestly. Prepare yourselves! We fight, brethren bound with the Red Lotus feathers! Or Red Lotus feathers, rather. Ryota, Textoris Melodia Funis appears. Angel's turn. What should we do, guys? Black Demon be silent or Pure Wings awaken? Have some fun RPG music. Make your choices, friends. One for Pure Wings Awaken. Pure Wings Awaken. 2 for Pure Wings Awaken. We can go with that. I like that choice too. Textoris Melodia Funis! Now is time to break Wallenstein's spell! Hear the call of the Red Lotus! San's turn! What do we choose? Crow or crow? To me, I think double coup, double power. A single coup for you? Oh, I'm sorry. No worries. One coup is good. Okay, we'll go with coup. A violent Ryota is not a good Ryota! Come to your senses! Kazuaki's turn. Will we choose come back or listen to us? I'm almost gonna turn on the air conditioner. This is too intense and it's warm. One vote for listen to us. Another vote for listen to us. Let's go. We're all trying our best for you, Kawara. Come back to us. Sakuya's turn. Will you choose listen to me or pull yourself together? I think so too, honestly. That sounds like the more Sakuya thing to say. Personally. Alright, 2 votes for pull yourself together. Let's go. Do you not care? Do you plan to destroy all we've gained? Stop, Kawara! This is not the path you must travel! Ooh, double hit for Sakuya. Turn.
Jeez, Ryota, you're causing everybody trouble. I don't want to see you like this either. I'm the only Berserker class character this story needs. Wake up already, Ryota!
Ryota was defeated. It was our main character that defeated him. Kawara, pull yourself together! Do you want this? No, I don't. Ryota is a vegetarian and shouldn't exert himself. I don't want to make anyone sad. The remitter reactivated? Fascinating. It should not have been possible for some hours yet. Yeah, Dora got him. Disease is half in the mind, after all. Outlook is surprisingly important. I suppose this means my data was insufficient. This is the end, Dark Sorcerer Wallenstein! Be judged by the Crimson Breast! Or Wallenstein. Did I say Wallen? I think I said Wallenstein before. Oh well, whatever. Wait, Angel! It's not just his fault. Why do you protect him? He is the one who did this to you! Tell me, Doctor, why did you go so far to grant my wish? Why did I grant your wish? My reason is nothing of note. It is not worth telling. This was merely an experiment that has now come to an end. You must have had a reason. You are the sort to go around talking to children without some purpose. I want to know the answer to everything. The answer is nowhere near as glamorous as you are expecting, I assure you. Hey, good morning, Issa. Sorry to spring this on you, but could you take a look at these? What is it, sir? You seem excited. It's amazing! The healers we got earlier? Healers? Ah, the Gila cells from last month. Yeah, them. From the unusually old human. Aiding science even after death. Can't we at least call the samples by their proper name? You've always been serious like that, Issa. These samples are like sweet lovebirds. Touch them with kindness and they respond beautifully. Just how many lovebirds do you have again? Perhaps you should call them pet birds instead. Maybe you're right. Anyway, look at this! We've been looking into cancer cell immortality. Indeed, these results are amazing. You're quite lucky with these things. It's all about love. Or intuition. That too. Kawara Ryuji. He is quite possibly the most gifted researcher alive. He has abilities and intuition that not even he can explain. Hey, good morning, Issa! Nice weather, huh? Makes me want to do something outside. It's already evening. I believe one normally switches to good evening around now. It's good morning whenever I get up, Issa. Get distracted by things like common sense, and you miss the greatest discoveries of your life. Sophistry. Hey, good morning, Issa. Whoopsie, we're low on cash. Here, was this one good? Was this the one? I didn't ask you to pick it up for me. Here, take it. It's not like we're running out. You sound like a pushy salesman. Your right wing is injured, right? If there's anything I can help you with, just ask. I've been doing fine so far. Hey, good morning, Issa! Hey, can I say something? What is it, sir? I am somewhat busy. You're always busy. If I waited for you to take a break, I'd die of old age before I got to say. Talking like this gets us nowhere. Guess what? I had a kid! I see. Congratulations. What? Don't you have anything else to say? Not particularly. Reproduction is natural for all living creatures. Of course, were I to become a father, I would feel bad for the child, given my habit of locking myself away in the laboratory. I almost said laboratory, which would have been fine, I guess, but it's not how I usually pronounce that. The only bird who I ever recognized. The only one I ever recognized as worthy of my respect. Hey, good morning, Issa. I brought you something cool. What is it? A fossil! Look at it! It's huge! You act like an excited child. Hey, I like geology, too! It tempts me with Spout's breach. Now we'll carry on your research while you are out, then. Go on. Dang, you're cold. Hey, listen, wanna come with me on a business trip sometime? Field observation is fun. My next one's at the start of the month. While I am interested in your work, sir, I am partway through a fascinating process at the moment. Perhaps another time. Yeah? I'll invite you next time, then. I bet traveling with you would be a blast. Field observation is not exactly sightseeing. I will make sure to open time in my schedule, though. His last moments were dreadfully anticlimactic. He fell ill with a disease endemic to the island. By the time he returned home, he was so emaciated one could barely recognize him. He had watched as many other birds succumb to disease, so I was sure that he would die in this examination room, surrounded by his family. Issa, I always knew this was a possibility. Yes, sir. I don't regret the things I did, the way I did things. No, sir. But I just remembered. I do have one regret. Yes, sir. I've never done anything a father's supposed to do. I promised to take time off for the first time in years. I want you to do me a favor, Issa. If you ever run into my son, can you do something for him in my stead? In my stead, rather? A rather vague request. He's too nice. He never asked for something, even if he wanted it. I suspect he inherited that trait from his father. Anyway, if you ever happen to meet him, you don't have to go out of your way to find him or anything. Very well. I shall remember. What is his name? Ryota. It's Kawara Ryota. You vanished from my life before I ever told you my feelings. And I've chased your shadow since then. Is this what they mean by quitting while you're ahead? Or was it just cowardice? No matter how I study life, its past, its future, I will never be able to surpass you. And that was my only goal. It was my only goal. Kawara Ryota, the son of Dr. Kawara, carrying half his genetic material and otherwise unrelated. But this boy, he may be the only way for me to catch your shadow now.
I mean, it's not like that. He tried to what's it called? Grant his wish. He's not exactly someone who can understand, like, nuance and things like that. Or morality. So, yes, we have that reveal there. Dr. Iwemine was in love with Ryota's father.
When your father died, my world was altered.
Should we continue or should we stop here? I know that sounds like a weird question, but I wanted to check with you guys. If we stop here, I know we'll definitely be able to finish it next time, but if you want me to keep going, I can also. Yeah, we don't know about about Ryuji. I think this is around the time when we would normally end, so yeah. I know it might seem like, what's it called? Like a tense stopping point, but we'll stop here and we can come back next week and finish off the game. If that sounds good for everybody. Yeah, because we got Quote the Author coming up too. Alright, so we'll stop for now. Let me go ahead and get to the title screen. And thank you guys for watching. Of course, tomorrow we'll be having Quote the Author at 5 o'clock. I'll go ahead and put out a poster where we're starting again. I believe the section is called Fire that we'll be starting at tomorrow. Please also go ahead and check out my YouTube channel because I've begun uploading episodes of Hatoful Boyfriend, that stream, and also Quote the Author there. Quote the Author, rather. If I can say the name of my own series, that'd be great. My YouTube is the exact same name as here on Twitch, so go ahead and show support there. Like, comment, subscribe, click that little bell, things like that. Just, you know, enjoy the content, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for Quote the Author at 5 o'clock. So have a great day. Thank you for watching. This has been Sky. Bye-bye!